Alright, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you know who I am, you know what I do. If you don't know who I am a React content creator. I react to everything from brain rot, nonsense, YouTube content, just something to numb the mind, to basketball content, whether it's the current NBA or just basketball creators. So if you like either of that, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and let me know if there's anything you want me to react to as well. So today we're doing brain rot. We're talking about the Hawk Tuah Girl by Atozy. It's Hawk Tuah Girl is panicking after incriminating herself. So why don't we get this shit started? Let's full screen this, put this at 1.25 speed, and let's see what he's yapping on.
Oh boy, well, it's safe to say the Hawk Tuah Girl is panicking after accidentally releasing this interview, and she had a terrible slip-up, which may have just incriminated herself and her team.
Half the money was supposed to go like into my charity. That's really why I agreed to do it.
Because suddenly,
Why would you do a crypto coin for chit? Let's keep going.
she's not as innocent as what she's trying to paint herself out as, or at least, at the very least, her team isn't. So things have apparently gotten really bad for the Hawk Tuah Girl to the point where they're clearly panicking, and they have no idea what to do to get her career back on track, as she went from zero to suddenly having one of the largest social media podcasts in the world, all within a year of making a simple BJ joke. I'm not joking. The internet is just a fascinating place. She went from being like oddly adored to a bit of a laughingstock, then back to being adored, and now she's fallen off the face of the earth due to some incredibly short-sighted business decisions, like launching a Hawk Tuah coin. Again, it's safe to say the internet is just a fascinating place, but almost as fast as she got her career, it was all put into jeopardy because she didn't have the foresight to not launch a crypto token. And not only did she launch a crypto token, it was also done in the sleaziest way possible to net the people behind the scenes as much money as possible.
Here's the thing with crypto coins, right? Let me show you guys something. Here's the things with crypto coins. Oh, let me go ahead and open my sketchpad. Like, I've said this ad nauseum. If you're new to my content, I'm going to show you. But if you're not new, you already know what I'm going to bring up. Crypto coins, when it comes to meme coins, it is quite literally a scam from the jump. Point blank period. When you put your money, right? Let's say you're putting your money into a stock. Let's say this is Walmart, Wally's World, right? Let's say you put your money into this Walmart. Boom, boom, boom. You're putting your money here. Let's say this is you. You're putting your money in, right? And then at any moment, the stock is going up, and you put it in when it was like, I don't know, $30 a stock, and you take it out when it's at like 100. It went up like crazy. So you pull your money out. When you pull your money out, obviously that's going to make the stock drop. So now the stock drops. It went from $100 a stock and dropped back down to say 30. So a bunch of people pulled out as well. The thing with Walmart, though, is it's going to constantly make products. It's going to constantly have shit to put its backing on. It's going to constantly have business. So even though a bunch of people took its money out, it's going to slowly rise up. Why? Because people are going to buy from Walmart. People are going to buy into Walmart. People are going to put their own items in Walmart. So it'll go back from 30 back up to 100. Right? So the stock is always going to be fluctuating. Up, down, up, down, up, down. You want to keep it up. And you never want to see a large dip. But it's always fucking, it's like wave after wave. Wave after wave. Slowly drifting. That's what it's like, right? But let's say we go ahead and talk about a meme coin. What is the product? Nothing. It's a coin. A bunch of people are putting their money into like a bank. But what's the product? Nothing. There's no constant product. There's no allocation of money. There's no like constant flow that's happening. There's nothing. It's just the same shit. All of you guys are putting your money in here, right? But as soon as all the money's gone, Walmart's able to build up the stock more and build it higher because they're able to show you that they have a business model that's taking a lot of money and bringing in a lot of money. But with the Hawk Tuah coin, there is no business model. It's just you're putting your money into a piggy bank and you're hoping to pull out before other people do. Hawk Tuah pulled out, so now the bank is empty. No one's going to want to put more money into an empty bank because, she pulled out once. She'll probably do it again. So what's the point of putting any money into this coin anymore? There's no product. There's no nothing. So you're left with no money. She's left with all the money. If you're going to buy into a meme coin, just please realize 99.999, I'd fuck around and say 100. But, nothing's ever 100% in life. 99.999% of the time, it's a fucking scam. And you're going to be left holding the bag. So don't ever forget that. But yeah. A little explanation on meme coins with my knowledge. Let's keep going.
Quickly as possible. So, on December 4th, 2024, Haley Welch, aka the Hawk Tuah Girl, but I'll be referring to her as Haley for the rest of the video, and her team launched the Hawk Tuah coin. Obviously, anyone with a brain would steer clear of that, but unfortunately, apparently there are more people lacking a brain than expected. The thing blasted to north of a $400 million market cap. That's insane until it went into free fall like 10 minutes later. Like, it was basically over in not even an hour after launch. That chart is just brutal. Everything about this just screams crime. And that's where the community started to put things together, how things just don't really add up here. It seems like the team rugged that thing. And if it wasn't the team, it was insiders, which, you know, the team kind of set up. So the crypto community got into this large Twitter space where CoffeeZilla was one of the main speakers, FaZe Banks was speaking, and a handful of other influencers and crypto community members. And that's where we found out the team behind it hired Haley, paid her roughly $100,000 to use her likeness to promote the coin. And that will turn out to be the most expensive 100 grand of Haley's life, as it clearly jeopardized her entire career. Then to make things worse, they had a big Twitter space where Haley and the team behind it tried to talk themselves out of essentially looting her audience for a quick buck. And that's where one of the founders essentially said that they needed to do so to pay for the expenses of setting up all of this through the Cayman Islands, which is a hilarious answer. Imagine claiming you allegedly scam people so you could pay for setting up your company offshore to allegedly scam people. What a great explanation. Really shows the character here. But at the end of the day, all these coins are vehicles for speculation. And some of these individuals in the crypto community who scan this stuff for 12 hours a day, they make a bunch of money off of the brand new people that Haley and a bunch of other influencers and celebrities bring into the space. And don't even get me started on the president and first lady making their own coins as well. And now allegedly a nation in Africa. But currently, there's a lot of speculation if that's actually real or not. Overall, just an absolute dumpster fire of a situation. The only bright side is, at least it's a slightly entertaining dumpster fire of a situation. So she ends this community confrontation call by saying this.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Well, hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
And
Legend has it she's still asleep. Well, she's not still sleeping because she released a fucking podcast by accident, is what they're saying. I'm not gonna take it by accident, bro. I upload content all the time. I guess I could show you guys how I upload content. Well, I got notifications. What's going on? Okay. I upload content all the time. You guys want to see how I do it? I gotta click upload video, right? And then it takes me to the creator page. Then I gotta go here, right? I would start this, but I don't want my internet to start shitting out a little bit. I'll upload shit later. Anyway, though, I take a video, right? And I drag it. Oh, what the fuck? Stop. Jesus. Anyway, I take a video, I drag it, and I drop it in there. After that, shit pops up. I can even show you guys what pops up here. Let's go ahead and edit here. After that, shit pops up. It asks me, what do I want to put as a title? What do I want to put in here? I go ahead and put this shit in here. I go ahead and put my fucking usernames in here. I go through all the settings. I go click next, next, next. And then it asks me, do you want to publish? And I say yes. Like, so I don't believe the whole, we released it by accident. We didn't know it was going to happen. You know what I think happened? I think what happened is you didn't think you were going to get as much hate as you did for what you said. And now you want to turn around and say it was released by accident. Is the podcast still up? I literally said talk to her. Talk to her. I guess it's gone now. But yeah, she released it. I'm not saying by accident. She did that shit on purpose. But hey, maybe she did. Let's keep going.
that slumber lasted for months. She hasn't posted a podcast episode until now, but they deleted it like right away, like within an hour. Optics wise, they played this extremely poorly. This woman shouldn't have had anything to do with running her own crypto coin.
How do you feel?
I don't know. I'm still a little shook up about it.
How was the nap?
It's a very long nap. I would say that's what sucks about it too. I had to read that off a phone and like put it in my words. And I was like, anywho, I'm going to bed.
Well, there she confirmed that she was also used as a scapegoat for accountability, which makes that statement even funnier, that things were going so bad for the team that they told her to make this BS excuse to end the space. But before
That's so stupid. Your team is filled with morons. You know how I know that? Because you did this coin to begin with. That's so dumb. You're already in the heat of it. You got someone like CoffeeZilla who's very fucking reputable. You have someone asking you questions. You have someone that's able to clear your name and help you do so. Because it's looking real fucking bad for you. And you listen to the fucking PR team that already fucked you. Because if they were a good one, they wouldn't have let you release this coin to begin with. So now you're going to listen to them again when they already got you in this shit. Well, you did. I don't want to take any responsibility off her, okay? She's the one that put the coin out there. She's the one that wanted the money. So I'm not going to sit there and try to pull any fucking responsibility off her ass. But I'm saying if she had a good PR team, they probably would have told her not to do that shit. And now you're going to listen to them and say, oh, well, they told me to go to bed, so I'm going to do that? You're fucking dumb. That's dumb. Let's keep going. Holy shit.
Before we get to our official statement, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Raycon. Since over the last couple of months, I've been traveling a lot, and I would assume it's the same with you guys, but music is an absolute must when I'm flying, especially a headset or earbuds with noise cancellation. And that's where today's sponsor, Raycon, comes in, because I've now been able to try out the Raycon everyday earbuds for a little bit over a month now, and I've used them while flying, skiing, and working out. They sit super comfortably in your ears like that, and I mean, like, there's no way you're shaking them out while you're working out or anything like that. The noise cancellation is phenomenal, and I mean, like, for half the price of the competition, it's such a good deal. These are getting active noise cancellation with works wonders on a flight, 32-hour battery life, and then on top of that, only 10 minutes of charging gives 90 minutes of battery, which is a massive bonus if you have a very active lifestyle or you're just traveling a lot. They're also IP66 waterproof, so they won't be destroyed from either sweat or an accidental laundry wash. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can get all of this for less than $70, and you can check them out at buyraycon.com/Atozy, which will be in the description down below. And that gives you 20% off and join 3 million other people who've bought Raycon. And I mean, hey, if
Yeah, go buy Raycon, guys. Go buy Raycon.
you don't fall in love with them instantly, you can always use their 30-day happiness guarantee return policy with no questions asked. But without further ado, let's continue the video. Here's her official statement.
Well, so basically how this idea got brought to me, it was supposed to be like a, what they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, oh, we're going to change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto's going to be a good place. And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it. And it just didn't go the way I planned. And all the money out of this episode is getting donated to all the animals that have been affected by the fires up here.
I mean, that
Ha! So it wasn't released by accident. Because if it was released by accident, why would you take it back? No? Why would you take it back? Like, all the money from the episode was going to go to animals suffering from the fires. But you took the video down? Wouldn't you leave it up and be like, listen, it was released by accident. I didn't want the video to be released this early. But we're going to keep it up because all the views will be going to, all the money's going to go to the animals suffering from fires. So, I know I made a mistake. I know I fucked up. And maybe you guys don't like my response to the mistake that I've made, but I'm not gonna take back my promise on that because it's a good cause. But you took it down. This is what I'm saying. Like, your PR team, dog. Again, you as a person, I'm not saying you're a bad person. You're just a selfish person, and a lot of people are selfish. Hell, I'll even go on the record and say like most people are selfish. But you can be selfish in non-immoral ways. You know what I mean? You can be selfish in non-immoral ways. Maybe you take your wife, like I take my wife out, because she really likes burgers. And I take her out to get a burger. But I also want a burger myself. So that's why I'm suggesting we should get a burger. That is me being selfish, because I want burgers. But it makes her happy too, so we're going to get burgers. You can look at things in life, and you can say, like, a lot of people can be selfish in a lot of ways. There's a good way to do it, and there's a bad way to do it. Hell, me making content right now with you guys, there's a selfish aspect to it. I want you guys to follow me. I want to make good content for you. Trust me, in the future, I don't want to be sitting in a chair. I'm still going to have this React channel, even if I get a shit ton of followers. I'm still going to have this React channel, but I want to have another channel where I go do outdoor stuff. I want to have another channel where me and my wife are doing shit together. And I want you guys to be part of that. And of course, I like doing this because it's fun. But at the same time, I'm hoping, and maybe one day, that this will be able to bring some monetary value. That'd be awesome. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does. Right now, I do it as a hobby. Okay? Because unfortunately, I'm not able to sit, because I make my content live, by the way. If you want to ever join my live, please do. But I'm currently making my content live, right? But I can't sit on live for 8-10 hours a day. Right now, I've been on a live for almost 90 minutes. I'm probably going to call it a day after 2 hours of being on live, because I got a lot of shit I got to do that brings in money. But that could be seen as selfish, Like me wanting money, me wanting you guys to follow more and like my content and subscribe. But again, there's like right ways to do it and wrong ways to do it. I feel like I'm doing it the right way. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's not that you did a selfish thing. It's not even that you're selfish, because a lot of people are, right? It's just how you went about it is terrible. And then you show that you're kind of a shitty person by having the fucking video that was going to be donated to animal suffering taken down because you released it early by accident. Okay, girl.
That's cool and all, but it really shouldn't have been launched in the first place. But here is what she alleged that she was offered, or her team alleges that she was offered.
The deal that she did was like a brand image likeness deal where they paid her $125,000 up front. They were supposed to pay her $200,000 after the launch of the coin within 30 days. She was supposed to have full transparency to tokenomics and everything going on, which they did stay in communication about it, but it just was an ever-evolving game plan, essentially. So back-end participation was to always be mutually agreed, and what they had agreed on in the tokenomics was there was a 10% allocation of the token that would be on a 1-year lock and then a 3-year drip after that. Of that 10%, half of that was supposed to go to the company that created the project and half was to go to her. So out of 100% of the token, she would have had 5% at the end. Obviously, she has lawyer, manager, business manager, so even that 5% would have been cut down by over a quarter due to people that she has to pay out on her non-crypto.
So all the structure you just described, what happened to all that?
It's not like it has dissolved. That on launch, 3% of token was made available for public trading. A lot of this information we found out since the launch, we as in Haley's internal non-crypto team, but 17% was given to pre-sale investors, 2/3 of which approximately sold.
The fact that they even did a pre-sale launch for a meme token shows how much of a cash grab this is. Normally, pre-sales in like the traditional crypto space, they're to fund some creation of a product. Then once the product is finished, the token is then listed. But here, it's a meme coin, so there's no product to fund. Hence why this is just a massive sketchy cash grab.
So there is 20% in circulation.
And just to be clear about where you kind of jumped into this, you were telling us in the back room that this kind of all was happening even without you really knowing or having view on any of it until post. You know, you're handling the cleanup and trying to protect Haley and trying to do right by Haley now, but you didn't have the opportunity to like.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
I negotiated the contract with the company. We have like accounting transparency rules and requirements that I added to the contract. SEC compliance requirements I added into the contract that they would have to do as project manager. And so we continued to inquire all along the process about tokenomics. It was kind of a shifting narrative and explanation of tokenomics. The most recent tokenomics that were given to us prior to the launch had the pre-sale investors being on a 1-month lock with a 1-year drip after that. That's pretty obvious on chain that didn't happen.
Okay, so if what they are saying is true, it seems like they got into business with some crypto grifters looking to make a quick buck. But then the guy sitting next to her proposed that she should just punt 125 grand back into the coin and promote it again.
Like that's dumb. That's really fucking stupid. Like hold on.
You took all the money that you made from the deal, whatever, and just like bought back the coin and then locked it up. I feel like that's a very like clear action that you can make, back to the community. And I think that would just like stamp it and the community can run with it. So
yeah, you don't need to be a PR expert to realize that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, no meme shit. No meme shit. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to just take some responsibility. Dog, you made a mistake. You fucked up. You went for a cash grab. It was clearly a cash grab. You did a pre-sale on a meme coin. Like, that's my... that's like me trying to sell you dirt, but not just doing that. It's like me trying to pre-sell you dirt that I haven't even sold you yet. Like, come on. It was a meme coin. It was a meme coin. People don't get rich off of meme coins. You know who gets rich off of meme coins? The motherfuckers who made the coin. So that's what happened. What you should have done is just turned around and say, hey guys, I'm Haley Welch. Hawk Tuah, spit all over that thing, you know me. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this, but I did it, and I'm a stupid ducky. I'm a hillbilly. I don't know technology. I'm a dumbo. Sorry. You would have done that, people probably would have forgave you. We would have been like, I fucked up, I made a mistake, really didn't know what I was doing, but, people say I can get money. I like money. You like money. Wouldn't you do stuff for money? I'm sorry. And there you go. People would have still hated you, but they would have eventually moved on from it, but going to take a nap, not answer any questions, acting like you did nothing wrong, and trying to pin it on everyone else, and then have the idea of trying to relaunch the coin, this is a nightmare. That's dumb.
What is the point of that? So that some crypto nerds can extract more money out of her fans' pockets? I really do not like the idea of celebrity meme coins because it's just a vehicle for speculation, which always ends as a value extraction from said person's fan base. Clearly, Haley is down bad here, and I don't think this advice is in her best interest either. But Banks then asks how much money they made in total from this project.
As far as the narrative goes and a gesture, I mean, you just nailed that, by the way. And that would be, you mentioned it earlier, 125,000 plus 100,000, or what did I hear?
Yeah. So
how much total money has been received due to this?
125,000 has
Been received. Yeah. Basically what Frank just said in normal people term.
I guess Banks wasn't fully interested in the real answer because he cut him off. Banks really should have pressed for that full answer, because it seems like there's more to it, as we'll find out through CoffeeZilla later on. But then he goes back and kind of shills what Frank said.
Is you take every dollar that you made on this and you mark it by this token and you lock it up. You walk away from it. You don't ever see that money. You can never touch it again. And you say, maybe I'm not going to talk about this every day, whatever, but I'm going to stand on business. I put my face on this. I'm accepting the responsibility that this happened. And hopefully, you know, everybody is made whole at some point where you guys do what you want with this at this point. This is me kind of like, you know what I mean? And what that does is it kind of shows your intentions, right? Like I just want to do right by this and everybody who participated in this.
I don't think that will make anything right. It just incites a new wave of speculation that will inevitably end the exact same way. And speaking of speculation, right before this episode leaked, the coin 4x in value, and then immediately dumped again after this episode leaked. So that's really not a good look for the Haley team. And then out of nowhere, you had Banks tweet this. So in an attempt to hear Haley Welch's
What? You did it again? You pulled again? You pulled twice? You did it twice? First of all, who the fuck bought into it? Which one of you motherfuckers bought into this coin? Because let me tell you, my first Haley Welch video, when I talked about it, I had people disliking it. I had people commenting, trying to defend her. Are you the same motherfuckers that bought into it and got pulled again? Good. You fucking deserve it. That's crazy. Again? You did it again? Oh my god.
side of the crypto scam story, I agreed to do her first podcast back. I had heavy stipulations, including not allowing markets to be manipulated by leaking this episode's in existence before a resolution was found. 2, her team finding a real solution regarding the money she made, where that should go, and what to do with the Hawk project moving forward. These were non-starters, I'm assuming he's trying to say non-negotiables, and we were told this episode would ever see the light of day if we explicitly greenlit it. These incompetent dudes leaked and or inside traded the token. We noticed a random spike in volume on the 2 of 2 alongside of the random messages asking us if we did the podcast. Very clearly, her team was not as solid as they claimed to be. They completely blew it, and we called the episode off right then and there. Yeah, and then, I mean, that aligns with the chart we just showed here. And
okay, so this makes a lot more sense. This makes a lot more sense. So FaZe said you can upload this episode, but in order for you to upload this episode, you have to follow this. These are my non-negotiables, right? You have to do this, 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 and this. You have to come to a resolution with the coin. You have to make sure that people are made whole. You got to make sure that the coin shut down. Whatever the case may be with FaZe's fucking negotiation shit. This is what he said he wants. This is what he said he wants from her. Right? And then she turned around, or her team turned around and said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to upload the episode before we even meet any of your stipulations. We're going to meet none of your stipulations, upload the video, and then we signed a legal contract with you because, oh, fuck, we got to take it down. So that's why it was taken down. It was taken down because they fucking broke the means of the contract. Are you fucking serious? Haley, why is your team so incompetent around you? I don't understand. I don't get it. You're telling me your team is so dumb that they pushed you to do a coin and you did it. She's a grown-ass adult, so let's not take away agency. You did a coin, you didn't look into it, you didn't think you'd get some other eyes on it, but you did it because you trusted your team. Your team fucked you over, and then while you're answering questions, your team tells you to say, hey, tell them you're going to sleep. Tell them you're going to sleep. Tell them you're going to sleep. It's like, okay. I'm going to bed. Sorry, guys. So, you go to bed. You go to sleep. And then it's look bad. You even said it looks bad and you shouldn't have done it. So they fuck you over there. You do this podcast, right? FaZe Banks tells you, In order for you to release this podcast, you have to meet my stipulations before you release it. Okay? Okay, you sign a contract. Your team goes on to release the podcast and do another rug pull simultaneously, and they're still part of your team? Girl, fuck! Release your team! They have dropped the bag. Your bag has been dropped like crazy. All you had to do was talk about sex jokes and random bullshit on your bullshit ass podcast that had upwards to 400,000 people watching it, that had upwards to millions of views. That's all you had to fucking do. I don't even know why you took the idea of a coin to begin with. So fucking
now today,
dumb.
The episode randomly gets leaked. The price of Hawk is pumping, and they're completely fumbling the bag. Yet again, what a mess. Poor girl. It's a wonder how she found herself in this position in the first place. Now, Haley, I'm going to speak to you direct and say the exact same thing I said to you on Spaces that night. Fire everybody. Full disclosure, nobody from our team has ever/will ever own Hawk tokens. Highly advise anyone following the story to stay far away from this, as a majority of this supply is owned by unknown developers. I love how they have like a bunch of developers, even though the token doesn't do anything. You don't really need devs to just deploy a meme token, especially not enough to have like a whole like laundry list of unlisted developers. But I mean, overall, that was a reasonable response from Banks compared to how he was in the podcast. I guess he switched up as he learned more details after the podcast, but honestly, who knows? But that's not the only bad news for the Hawk Tuah team, as CoffeeZilla, who really was the most prominent critic in the original Twitter space, made a follow-up since he's been investigating the situation for a while. And now things look even worse for Haley, because he was the first to notice that she had this slip-up in this leaked podcast.
Like half the money was supposed to go like into my charity. That's really why I agreed to do it.
Did you hear that?
Like half the money.
Half the money. Now that's very interesting. That's very different from what we've been told, which is like, oh, it's just 125K.
So then he continued digging around that.
They're trying to be like, oh, we barely made a dime. And that's just not true. Like, that's not what they stood to make. I said, what do you mean? You told me I could disregard what Doc said. Remember, he said, oh, you can disregard it. But y'all literally had a contract for 50% of net proceeds. Doc himself said the project was going to cost a few $100,000. If that's the case, pre-sale $2.8 million, fees $1 million, made almost $4 million. Y'all are contractually owed like $1.6 million. And then I shared another insider text I have from Doc Hollywood, where he says, what we can do is put a hard number to the side for the project as cost. Like, we spent a few $100,000 on the project already. That money will be paid back to us off top. Then the profit is paid out. If a few $100,000 is what it costs and the profit's paid out, who's the profit entitled to?
So it seems like they are now playing hot potato with that money, because clearly there's a lot of negative connotations with it. And because there's now lawsuits, they likely don't want that money anymore. So if all this is true, this will eventually come out in that lawsuit if they don't settle. And accidentally leaking this podcast just made everything so much worse for them. This podcast shouldn't have been released in the first place. They should have never recorded it. She just should have made like a blank term apology, donated the money as she claims that she did. Little did we know, though, that she was allegedly entitled to a whole lot more, like $1 million more. Either way, I mean, she should have just moved on with her regular programming and not reintroduced herself back into the crypto world. Because at the end of the day, her audience isn't a bunch of crypto nerds. It's just casual people who don't care about this stuff at all. Because let's be real, she got famous over a BJ catchphrase. And then she kept her relevance by having a very unserious podcast where she's done incredibly well until this point. But either way, Haley needs to fire her entire team after this disaster. Anything to do with this coin is a terrible idea for her brand. And anyone who recommended this to her does not have her best interests in mind. It will definitely be interesting to see what happens with this lawsuit and just the situation overall moving forward. I don't think her core audience cares enough about the situation, so the sooner she just fires everyone involved with this whole crypto project and continues her regular content, the better. And the better her chances are for recovering her career. But only time will tell what really happens to the Hawk Tuah Girl. At least she didn't do a TikTok prank like these morons did, who are now facing up to 10 years in prison, which is also just an insane story.
So, good video by Atozy. I respect the boy Atozy. I like the boy Atozy. I like Atozy. Yeah, she should have just stick to what she knows. She is a nothing burger podcast. She's a boring ass podcast. You know, scared money may not make no money, but fast money sure as hell is gonna lose your money. That's what I say. Because this isn't, you didn't need to do this. You didn't have to do this. No one pushed you to do this. You were making millions. Let's go ahead and look real quick, right? Let's look real quick. Let's look. I'm curious. I am so fucking curious. I know she lost a bunch of subscribers and all that shit, but I'm curious on her view total, right? 11 million views. You got 11 million views and you only have 13 episodes. So that's a little bit close to about 1 million an episode. Obviously, other episodes perform better than some, whatever the case may be. But you got 11 million views, bro. All you had to do was just stick to this fucking content. You were making bank. You were making money. You were making money. You understand that? And you decided to, it wasn't that, you are a meme, sure. You are a meme. But 13 episodes, you were going for 5 months straight. It's not like you just fell completely off. Sure, a couple of your episodes, 300K, 300K. This one is 649. Like, you were doing fine. And you did a meme coin? This is just dumb. It's immature. It's dumb. There's no reason for it. But hey, it is what it is. You know, sometimes people are just going to do what they want. And do whatever is going to make them fast money. And it's just going to end up fucking them in the ass. And not in a good way either. We're talking no lube. 30 inches. Thorny. Not fun. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you like what I got to yap about. If you like the type of content I make, please like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and comment anything you want me to react to, and I will do so. Until next time, my friends, I love you. See you. Bye-bye.